lick that I remember learning was I bought the Yngwie Alcatraz album, and there was this song called Jet to Jet, and he played this song. That pattern, and I remember figuring it out and just practicing it like crazy. And I think when you first start to get your picking down initially, you kind of want to focus on one string, because until you get the motion going, you'll never be able to pick fast. So if you want to increase your picking speed, you'll only ever be able to pick as fast as you can tremolo. So you want to work on that. As far as motion mechanics, you could use your wrist or more from the elbow. That really doesn't matter, I don't think, personally, because I've seen people do it both ways, and I do it both ways. But you just want to get that nice even tremolo. And once you can kind of do that, you want to take a lick. This is a really fun lick to work on to get your picking down, because it's easy to repeat over and over and over. And it goes like this. So it's a common one, a lot of people probably already know, but it's just 10, 7, 8, 10, 8, 7 on the B string. And then you want to think of this lick in terms of triplets initially. So you could tap. I always recommend tapping your foot. If you have a metronome, that's great. I didn't have a metronome initially, so I played along to albums. I remember one of my favorite albums to play along to was Deep Purple's Machine Head album, and it really kind of had like every kind of groove. You had your Highway Star to your kind of a triplet fill in that song to your Smoke on the Water, which is a mid-tempo. And I remember putting the album on, and I would just improvise over it. So if you Smoke on the Water, improvising those kind of licks. And then I might take this lick and try to throw that in over the tempo. Like an Dorian thing, I might play 8, 5, 6, 8. Just kind of playing along and trying to stick those licks in, but it was real important to me to have the phrasing right, and I always wanted it to be right in time. So going back to that initial lick, one thing that's kind of common is when people play it slower, they almost play it as eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3, but you really want to get the triplet going. And then kind of speed up the triplet. And then you can kind of move it around. So I might take the metronome and just start out at a cruising speed, whatever is good for you. Would be a good tempo to start at. But this would be like 112, which isn't really super fast, but it's fast enough to get your mechanics going. So be like 1, 2, 3, 4. And I might take that lick, I might play it light and heavy, kind of change angles of the pick, whatever I can do when I'm playing the lick to keep it going. I would try a bunch of different ways, like might bump it up to like 116. I usually go in increments of 4 on this metronome, or whatever. I think that's what it does, because that's what the notches are on it. But here would be at 116. And then 120. 120 is kind of like was the benchmark for me. If I could get it at 120, it wasn't that hard to jump off of into the other one. So 120 is kind of you're getting into a faster tempo and it sounds nice. I would do variations of that, like instead of going 10, 7, 8, I might start with my second finger and go 8, 7, 8, 10, 8, 7. And then I might jump back and forth between the two. About that is some guys like Al Di Meola and Vinnie Moore and them, they do a lot of these those licks, which are really cool, but I can kind of hear, you know, the pattern in it. I sort of like mixing it up to where it's constantly changing. I sort of like the sound of that. Back to the metronome, so I might mix it up between the two. Just keeping the arm relaxed. I tend to pick a little more like Vinnie Moore, or Michelangelo, or Jorge Strunz. Those guys are a little more elbow, but I stay very relaxed when I'm doing it. And I can pretty much do it as long as I want. I never really get fatigued. And then you can bump it up like 126. I mean, whatever's comfortable for you will work. That little lick, and then you want to arrange all your scales, 3 notes per string, and then just play the lick around the scales. You can do it in different strings. And then you can bump it up to like 132, say, which is getting into the faster kind of shred zone, if you're in that kind of thing. It would be like this.